What's the motherfucking deal? Sauce Nation, man, I hope y'all are having a great one. Welcome to Sauce Sports. If you're not familiar with Sauce Sports, Sauce Sports, the Houston Texans Homer Network, means we're talking all sports, but only Houston. With that being said, man, if you haven't liked the video, first like the video. If you ain't subscribed and you ain't a part of this, if you love Houston sports talk, man, this is the channel. Man, we talk sports, Rockets, Texans, Astros, Dash, Dynamo, SaberCats, all that shit. We gonna talk about all that. But if you love Houston sports, man, this is the channel for you, man. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I am your host, Ed Honcho. If you don't know now, you do know. And if, like I say, Sauce Sports is a Houston Texas Homer Network. Talking all sports, but only Houston. But man, we're gonna talk today about. I'm gonna do something a little different today that I haven't normally been doing. You know, this season I was a little bit more cool-headed. Last year I talked a lot of big shit, took a bunch of injuries and things. But it's the playoffs, man. It's the motherfucking playoffs, and I gotta address some things. I gotta address some fans, if you will. And they've been getting on my nerves, man. And like I said, I've been cooling, I've been chilling, I ain't been trying to cause too much static. I've been relatively polite. Y'all know how we do around here. We brought Jags fans on. We've brought, more than once, we brought Titans fans on when we had those divisional rivalries. Unfortunately, we looked high, we looked low, we looked all over the globe, and we couldn't find any Colts fans. First time we met up, couldn't find any. Second time we met up before the game, we couldn't find any. But somehow, after that game, a couple little trolls came out the woodworks, you know, clapping their little hooves together. And then now, all of a sudden, they squeaked their way into the playoffs, and now they're big and bad, and they're the better team. And they're talking all kind of shit, and they're bumping their gums, and T-Rod was running his mouth. And yeah, you can have the house. We'll take the division. J-Joe told you that. But I got to address these Colts fans, man, and I'm going to tell y'all why the Texans are going to smack the fuck out of the Colts this weekend. Like I said, I haven't been talking big shit as of late. I'm talking big shit this game because these motherfuckers are getting on my nerves. Let me be straight up with you. You don't like the language? Leave the video. But anyway, man, like I say, so here's the deal. Here's the motherfucking deal. First, let me look. I'm finna get fired up. Let me do my Honcho thing real quick. Because I'm mad. Because here's my deal. Like I say, man, if fans from other fan bases, we have fans from other fan bases in Sauce Nation, they come and they talk, and we have intelligent conversation. We've yet to have intelligent conversation with a Colts fan that I can recall. You know, we got fans who've been fucking with it for, you know, as long as we've been going now. Titans fans, again, Jags fans, other Jags YouTubers have come on. I mentioned that. And it's always cordial. We talk a little bit of shit, but of course it is what it is. But it's always cordial. But one thing I don't like is don't come over here spamming your shit on the sauce thinking that it's going to get you some free love. Again, if you reach out and say, hey, man, Honcho, you know, let's collaborate. Let's, you know, I want to come on. I want to talk. I want to represent my team. I have no problem with that. But you just think you're going to spam the links and all that other shit and then talk shit. You know, miss me with that bullshit. So anyway, I'm going to tell y'all why the Texans, and we will be live at 7 tonight, every night. Well, before the pregame is, we'll probably go, I think the game is, 3:30 Central Time, so we'll probably go about 2, probably go an hour and a half or so before the pregame. So make sure y'all tune in to that because we go live before every pregame, about an hour before the game. And we'll discuss it. But we're live every other night, 7 p.m. As is tradition. But like I said, talking about these Colts, talking about these Texans, man, I just want to point out a couple of things. And I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet, you know, and I'm going to try my best to keep it short and sweet. Direct and to the point. Because, like I said, these motherfuckers talking shit. And it's time for me to address a couple of things. First, let's stop with the whole, we pumped the Texans. We beat their, you didn't beat shit. We beat y'all by 3. Y'all beat us by 3. And honestly, I feel like we put together a more consistent game. That fucking first game, honestly, Hop catches that in the end zone, does something that he normally doesn't, and again, it just was slightly out of his reach. That's game over with. There's no field goal, no second chance for y'all. Oh, well, Frank would have made it. Like, people want to go back to that decision. There's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts that really were in the Texans' favor that first game. That's not what we're talking about. Y'all gave us our first win. We went on our streak. They were happy because we ended the streak after y'all had recently gotten smoked by the fucking Jags, and at no point in time during this season have the Texans put 0 points on the board. So if y'all are proud of that, hey, more power to you, the mighty Andrew Luck. Again, is what it is. So looking at what happened during these two games, let's be realistic. Let's look at some of the things. Y'all won by 3, we won by 3. The score is basically even on the season. We won in your house, you won in our house. Cool beans, bro. We won the division. Y'all slid in as a fucking wild card. Because fortunately, y'all played the Mariota-less Texans, the Mariota-less Titans. Oh, fuck, please don't ever let him be a Texan. The Mariota-less fucking Titans at the end of the year. I mean, Mariota's mediocre either way. So, I mean, it was trash. You know, we watched both of y'all's trash teams play each other. And y'all got to squeak it in. Y'all got to get the win. Cool for you guys. Happy for you. Because now we get to beat y'all's ass in a rubber match and shut up all this nonsense. But let's go ahead and talk about a couple of things that people don't want to speak on. The national media wants to sit here and talk about all the time. Well, the Colts, they've only given up 18 sacks this year. Well, guess what? Guess who's got 1/3 of those sacks? You guessed it. The motherfucking Texans. You know, the Colts, they want to talk about, you know, Andrew Luck put up all these numbers and all these yards and all this other stuff. Guess what? If you look at both of those scores, you combine them, dead even. So all that fucking extra 800 yards and all that amounted to nothing. A bunch of filler yards did absolutely nothing. So they want to talk about, you know, well, the Texans' offensive line and, you know, that's where their weakness is. And this is true. This is something we've addressed. We never act like we had a great offensive line. That is our weakness. Weakness against the Colts. Well, the Colts are fucking one-dimensional. In fucking 2 games, they've put up a grand spanking total of 91 yards rushing in 2 games. And our 2 games against them, we've put up about 208, 209, somewhere around there. It depends if you want to count the negatives from Kiki in that first game. So you go back and you look at this game. When they came to Houston, well, what was wrong? What happened? You guys were on a win streak. Well, we lost 2 important pieces that game that had a significant impact on the game. And one of those things was a slot receiver, because Kiki already hadn't been there, and DeAndre Carter was our slot receiver / return man. And so with Matthew returning punts, which wasn't really the best look, with your 3rd string quarterback out there playing slot receiver, which limits a lot of the play calling in which you can do, the Texans kind of had to do with some makeshift, and it still came down to the Colts needing to get Jadeveon Clowney to jump off sides, because if Watson would have got that ball back, because we just drove right down the drive before that, drove it down your field in like 2 minutes, and you would have got the ball back with 2 minutes on the clock, Texas will win that game. Deshaun Watson would have won that game, and the Colts needed everything in their power to not let him get the chance to get the ball in his hands. And unfortunately, it fell in your favor. Don't act like y'all just dominated us. Y'all put the game out of reach. When we went to the Colts' house, we were up by 18. Till Cornell started playing soft. You know, a lot of things got limited because Will Fuller, I think, went out in the second half, so he wasn't available. The best you guys did against us, I got up 10, and again, ended it by 3. It was what it was. No complaints. But again, let's not act like at any point in this time during this season that y'all just beat our ass. Y'all have never looked dominant against us. Y'all were able to move the ball and maybe get big yards and stuff, but at no point did you look dominant. Luck has thrown interception, has fumbled. The Texans have been all over their ass. And so all this talk about, well, that line, what they've done, okay, that's cool that they've done it against, you know, other teams. But again, we own 1/3 of the 18 sacks, and we've gotten multiple sacks a game, and we will continue to get multiple sacks a game against Andrew Luck. And so, again, the national media will tell you this bullshit and that bullshit, and they'll prop up all this stuff to try to give themselves an argument, but it's not true. If you really look at the nitty-gritty, the Texans are a better team, because now we'll have 2 slot receivers, hopefully. You'll have Kiki playing in this game. We know what he did the first game against y'all, his first game ever playing. Put up 109 yards on 11 catches. And even if he gives you half of that, that makes it for the production that we're going to lose from, you know, not having Demaryius Thomas or Will Fuller available this game. But Vincent Smith is also a speedster, and you're going to have to respect what he can do. And so, and you know, that'll also be a factor for us. Even though, are we expecting him to be a big game changer? No, but he is definitely a threat that you're going to have to respect. DeAndre Hopkins, best receiver in the league, all-pro, just the greatest. And we know that they got a couple all-pro linemen, but again, we spoke on that and what we've done to those linemen, so we have no worries about that, period, point blank. Again, you know, it's just that, and it's not even about the stats. It's not even because, like I said, the teams have been relatively even matched. Because I mean, that's basically what you get in the outcome. Again, like I said, you get all the filler yards. You can talk about a bunch of plays that did or didn't happen, a bunch of catches that didn't happen. But one consistent is, again, like I said, they're one-dimensional. And if the Texans can come in and minimize Ty, who has already not been practicing this week, wonder why, he was hurt. I have no worries. I have no qualms. I have no issues because they cannot run the ball against us. And if you shut down Ty, I mean, that's basically all they got. Sharice Wright should not be starting, so we're not worried about any sluggos. We're not worried about, you know, him getting exposed in that fashion. And other than that, he did play a decent game for the most part. Again, like I say, but it's good to look at, you know, the little numbers and the statistics, and y'all can talk about PFF and all that other stuff. You know, I already know how I feel about that. But ultimately, the tail of the tape is the Texans are a more dominant team than the Colts. The Colts are good. They're up and coming. They went and got a good line. They got a nice young defense, and they'll do something in the future. But let's not act like y'all had the chance to handle it. Y'all didn't. It's our division. Quit acting like, oh, it was just one game. Y'all had a chance to stop that game. We played y'all twice, and y'all didn't. Okay? At that point in time, y'all had a better record than we did. So, ultimately, put some respect on the motherfucking name. And again, at the game, I'm not going to give my prediction today. We'll give prediction the pregame show. And make sure y'all call in, tune in, live at 7. Like I said, I'm going to keep this one short and sweet because I got some other things we'll talk about live in the stream tonight at 7. So make sure you're there every night at 7. And make sure you follow Sauce Sports on the social medias. You can catch Sauce Sports HTX on Instagram and Twitter. Both platforms, same name. You know what it is. But outside of that, man, it's your boy Ed Honcho. Like I said, I'm going to keep this one short, but we'll be back. We'll be talking plenty of trash before game time. So make sure y'all tune in. Then we'll be talking plenty of shit after game time because we're going to win. And again, our division, and if TY says this is home, well, he's about to get evicted fucking Saturday night or Saturday afternoon. They put us in that bullshit ass time slot. But with that being said, hey man, Sauce Nation, y'all the freshest motherfucking ingredients in the world. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. With that being said, most of y'all, some of y'all be salty. The rest of y'all stay saucy. Man, it's your boy Ed Honcho, man, and I'm out.